Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome. Sean Hicks coming at you a little AAC, your American Athletic Conference Preview. Keep this kind of short. It's not going to be a huge, long episode. Again, we talk about this. If you just come across this as an AAC preview, be sure to listen. Like the channel, join, membership, subscribe, share. Uh, Twitter, Mr. Sean Hicks. Now, 7 days a week, we do midday money live, 12 noon Eastern. We run it back a night show, look headlines. That's why we say subscribe to the channel here, like it, whatever. Welcome on in, first time watching me. All right, let's get right to this. We're in the American. You lose Cincinnati, Houston, UCF, off to the Big 12. Hit up Conference USA for 6 more teams. 7 new head coaches out of these 14 teams coming in. Should be interesting. Should be interesting to say the least. Let's get right into Tulane here. Last year's champs. They entered the season ranked. They're in the top 20. Now, I'm not a big rank kind of guy, whether it be college football or college basketball. It's just good to know. Uh, Listen, 250 to win division. Total wins right now is at 9. Again, shop around for the lines. Most of these lines are from BetMGM and Will Hill. There's a bunch of other spots. I'm trying to, or Caesars, it's called now. Uh, Shop for the best numbers. So do they repeat, right? Hunter becomes hunted. QB's back, running back into the NFL. 12-2 last year. Great year. I don't know. 14 guys back, 6 on offense, 6 on defense. This, I don't. I'm going to have to lean to the little under here. Again, didn't bet this. Nothing in done for me here. I'm just going to say under the 9 if you're interested. Again, this is just my little take on them. And for all these teams, whether it's the AAC, the Mountain West, Big 10, Big 12, whatever, how I kind of rate the teams, how I'm be looking to bet them during the season. So under here for their total wins with Tulane. Next up, San Antonio, UTSA. They're a 3-1 favorite. Open at a 4 plus 450. So it's come down a little bit. People are betting them. Why not? Back-to-back champs. They did win Conference USA. Here they are now. Little step up in conference. I got to say, I like the over. 7.5. I'm going to go over to the total here. As I mentioned, back-to-back champs, 15-1 last year's Conference USA, not too shabby. The head coach 22-2 kind of run over there. 16 guys back. 14 players back. Starters. I like it. 4,000-yard QB is back. You don't get SMU. There's no Memphis. Favorable kind of schedule. Defense, a little questionable. Well, again, you miss a couple decent teams here in SMU and Memphis. So over 7.5, yes. You want to do the old sprinkle Rooney on San Antonio here? Sure. The SMU is also 3-1 here. So 8.5. I got these guys right at 9 wins. So can you go over if you want? I don't know. This is a maybe top 60, top 70 team in my eyes. The win total is probably right about right. Defense, big problem last year. Gives a lot of yardage. Now you have the additions, we call them, of Conference USA, a little step down. So can they get here? Yes. Again, too close for me to call. Their quarterback, who threw 72 touchdown passes in his Mustang career, he Pony Expressed his way up to Wisconsin. The under is juiced to 130 here, if you're interested. Make a pass. We don't have to put a bet on every team in conference tournament play, folks. Memphis, 6-1 to win. And their win totals, here we go. Caesar, 7.5. BetMGM had an 8.5. And listen, you get over 7.5, count me in. No San Antonio. They get the SMU and Tulane both at home. Winnable. I think they could be winnable games. This is a decent kind of team. They've slipped the last couple years out of the top 5 here in the AAC. But again, no San Antonio. The SMU at home, Tulane at home. Quarterback is back in the mix. Over 7.5, sure. 8.5, maybe pushing the envelope. But 7.5 at Caesars. Count me in. Count me in. Florida Atlantic. Here we go. Leaning over. They're 7.5. 8-1 win. I might take a shot here. I might take a shot at Florida Atlantic here. Tom Herman's a guy. I should have capitalized his first name. It happens. Chubby little fingers. Typing fast. Doing a bunch of previews. 22-4 at Houston. 32-18 in Texas. Obviously, he likes the kind of mid-major kind of vibe. Does his thing there. You know he could recruit. Guy gets some good players. He does have, how many guys he got back? He's got 18 starters back, 8 on offense, 10 on defense. Little coaching change. I won't be shocked here at a big win. Quarterback could be a problem. They get a transfer from Michigan. They also have one from Texas. Did some time in Nebraska as well. So they have Power 5 kind of guys in there. And I like Herman. I do. He's an underdog kind of cat. And I think he'll probably be a little dog in some of these games. I'll take a flyer here with the over and maybe a small little play to win the AAC. ECU at 35-1. I got nothing to say about East Carolina here. Nothing. They don't make the notes. I mean, what am I going to say? Last year, first bowl since 2013. Let's see who's gone. Oh, the quarterback, all-time passing leader. Gone. 2,000 wide wide receivers. Out of here. 1,500 yard running back, 14 TDs. Might be a little tough one there. I can't even make a play here. 35-1. Not interested. I forgot to even put their win total out here. I apologize. Sorry, or else. I'm not loving ECU at all. North Texas. Interesting with North Texas here. So you're sitting at 20-1. You got a 6-pack here at BetMGM, a 7 at Caesars. Now 6, I can get to a 6 here. You want to go over 6? I get it. 7, I don't know. I think this is maybe a 7-win team. It's close. I have a new head coach. I got a new OC. I got a new DC. Coach, one time, last year, coordinator up in Washington State. He was at Incarnate Word. All right. Texas guy. Mike Leach disciple. I want to lean over just cause it's a 6. I do have him at like maybe squeezing out a 7.5, 8 wins. It's just the lean. Maybe I should have just went under the 7. Again, I don't know if it's good enough to put a buck on it. If you're a diehard mean green guy, sure, jump on your North Texas. Me, no thank you. UAB, not much to say here. I want to just blindly go under here with Trent Dilfer taking over. 7 starters back. That being said, it's Trent Dilfer. DC was on his little high school staff or wherever it was before. I mean, come on. Is this a joke, Trent Dilfer? I just want to go under. And the funny thing is, I saw a 4.5 for them at a over 130, and this is a 5.5. 4.5 at Caesars and a 5.5 at BetMGM. I should really just make this an underplay, to be honest with you. I mean, I like the under. I mean, again, no faith in Trent Dilfer. No, thank you. Temple, 28-1, 5.5 wins. I'm leaning under here. Now, quarterback was the rookie of the year, freshman of the year, however you want to word it. 18 TDs, 12 interceptions, not terrible. Second-year head coach. Needs to take a step forward. I don't know. Didn't like the schedule. I'm going to lean under here. Just based on, I mean, you want to take maybe next year's where they take a bigger step forward. This one here, I can see them being a 5-6 win team, maybe getting a bowl game, maybe not. Not worth it. Again, people like to have definitive answers, like they're going to bet every win total. I don't even know. I give people NFL games a week ahead of time. They don't want to bet them. I don't know how everybody wants to bet every single win total or conference odds. I don't. You don't have to either. Navy here. Here we go. In the Navy, under 6.5, 28-1 to win the American. 4-12 at home last 3 years. I don't know. I'm not far from genius. That's not good. If you're not winning games at home, uh, you're in trouble. Like it says, I have 5 losses for them. I see 5. Are they winning every other game? I don't see that. I mean, I got 5 definite losses. They're winning every other one. I don't think so. Give me the under. Oh, Tulsa. 40-1, 4.5 win total here. Top 2 running backs, top 2 wide receivers out of here. New head coach. Could be a rough year. Under. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Not pretty. Not pretty. We'll talk about the Oklahoma and Oklahoma States in another video. Rice, here we go, 75-1. I like the over here, 4.5. I, you know, I I won't be shocked if this team sneaks in and they're right there to maybe make a championship game. So JT Daniels, quarterback, you know him, West Virginia last year, USC, Georgia, top 5 prospect. Maybe he finds his groove here. Now, why I kind of like it is it exactly what I say here. You got a quarterback better than average. Maybe he's not what he was supposed to be coming out of high school. But you're in a conference here with some bad teams. Let's be honest. You were at USC in Georgia. Now you're coming to face Temple, Navy, UABs, Tulsa's, South Florida's, North Texas's, Charlotte's, like kind of poor competition. You're a good quarterback. You can will a team to wins here. You could score a bunch. Maybe you're in shootouts. You're gonna get some wins here. I'll go over 4.5. This might be one of my favorite totals of the year. South Florida. Oh my goodness. 4.5 is the win total there. This defense last year. Oh boy. My guy Anthony was like, he told me I think in my second week of the season, he's like, hey, this team is brutal. Look at the overs here. Who cares what the line is? 1-11 last year. 4 offensive players, 9 back on defense. Is that good when you have a horrific defense? How about 1-33? That's the record, folks, since 2019. Not good. Defense last year gave up over 500 yards a game. New head coach. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Let's look at some overs here, right? Is the defense going to be as bad as it was? Offense might be sputtering. This is, I think, a fade team. Obviously, I lean to the under here. Charlotte, the last of the bunch here. Number 14, 25-1. Win total is 3. I see 4. This line opened at 2.5. So it's 3 minus 140, 3.5, 125. I see 4 wins at some spots projected for them. And it opened at 2.5. People bet up. So your new head coach here. So he was over at Michigan, right? Before that, the guy, he played with Dan Marino. All right, that's how old this guy is. Not some young guy. So played with Dan Marino. Was a hedge fund manager. Hung out in Michigan for a while. And I was reading a little about him. He's like, listen, I'm too old for a rebuild. So like he's gonna try to bring in some guys, and maybe they catch a couple here. And the line moved from a 2.5 up to 3, 3.5, and now I see some 4s on sites. I think they can win 4 games. I'm going to lean to a little over here with Charlotte. I won't be surprised if they. I don't say they'll be bowl eligible. That being said, the moves tell me that somebody knows some stuff, right? Because nobody's. I don't think there's some kind of fake out to move a Charlotte 49er line. They believe in a coach. Looks it to me. All right. That's your ACC. AAC, American Athletic, not the ACC. Check another video for AAC. AC, whatever. American. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.